For today's cup of coffee, we have impending weather event.
Yes.
And it's like...
It's not going to be fun.
Not happy about that. If you're not familiar with a YouTube channel called Ryan Hall, Y'all. I think he's actually located in Kentucky. Mm-hmm. But he is the best weather dude that I have ever watched.
Oh, yeah.
And he gives you the scientific, the meteorology type spiel. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, he puts it in the language that the everyday person can understand. He's great. Good. Yeah. He'll say this blue blob and then this red blob and then you got this trough. He explains it. And he's precise and accurate. And he said that he won't know until tomorrow exactly, which path that the storm is going to take. Mm-hmm. On our little thing, so far we've got 1 inch Saturday and 7 inches on Sunday.
I'm hoping that is wrong. Like so far off from how it's actually going to be.
Yeah, we could get more.
We could get less. We could get less.
It's going to do something because the fibromyalgia has been in overdrive for days.
Fuck you, La Nina.
So, no, it's winter. This is why I hate
It's winter. A La Nina winter.
It is, which is why we had warm temperatures in December. And then, everything has to fall back into the natural order. And the rest of it.
The natural order of things. The prophecy is true.
Plus, Mercury goes retrograde today.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So, no, as far as watch out for screw-ups in travel, communications, do not do business dealings for the next 3 days or so till it gets situated. It lasts about 2 weeks. And then you have to watch out when it goes... stationary, or actually when it goes direct again, same thing, 3 days before it changes and then 3 days after. This is not a good time to buy anything pretty much other than a loaf of bread. Seriously, no big ticket items while Mercury's in retrograde ever.
Oh, but I was just about to order stuff.
No. Well, you can wait. You can wait till midweek.
I need an Xbox cable.
Well, that's not a big ticket item. Now, if you're going to buy an Xbox or something, I would hold off on that because more than likely you'll get one that's defective.
Who's got Xbox money? Who's got new Xbox money?
I'm just saying, I'm warning the people about the Mercury.
If you got Xbox money, give me a job. Give me a job.
Quit bumming. And create your own company. We've been trying to teach you that. Well,
it's a joke. It's a joke. How was that not obvious?
Out there.
Was it a joke to y'all? Comment below. Tell us if you knew I was joking.
I don't want him to be out on the street with a tin can. Spare change.
Spare change, ma'am. Squidward, is that you?
I think it's everybody these days.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we have from Mysterious Universe Night, because I did not just didn't have it in me to do a longer one today. Hopefully the fibromyalgia will get out of here quickly. This is Nick Redfern, and it's interesting because at the time of this recording, it's January the 13th, but he's got it dated January the 14th, 2022.
Oh my God.
He's magical. He's that good. So he can alter time and space. All right, the name of this article is Bigfoot, Yeti, and Government Records. What do agencies really know about these hairy giants? Makes me wonder.
We don't know shit about shit.
And so
we don't know shit about shit.
Mr. Redfern, he writes, over the years there have been rumors to the effect that elements of the U.S. government have taken quiet and careful investigations of the likes of Bigfoot, the abominable snowman, and of a large, hairy, and ape-like type that was sort of unidentified. We'll find out about that in just a moment.
Okay.
And he has examples of this strange but true saga. And going back to going back to November 30th of 1959, and this is at the U.S. Embassy at Kathmandu. And there was a weird document that was carefully and quietly drafted entitled Regulations Covering Mountain Climbing Expeditions in Nepal Relating to Yeti. This is an actual document.
Ooh.
And it says that the document was put together by a man named Ernest H. Frisk. And his official position at the time was that of counselor of the embassy. And certain criteria for seeking and hunting the Yeti had been laid down. The document notes that anyone who wanted to set off in search of the abominable snowman had to obtain a legal permit from the government officials in Nepal. And the files reveal that Fisk considered it perfectly okay to photograph a Yeti, but shooting at or even killing one of the creatures was absolutely forbidden. And unless it was in an emergency arising out of self-defense, then you could kill one. And I can see that. I can see that. You cannot let a Yeti rip your face off.
No.
No. The U.S. Department of State made it very clear that any photos taken which appeared to show one or more Yetis had to be handed over to the Nepalese. It was Nepal. So government
Nepal.
at the very earliest opportunity.
Nepal.
And in addition, legislation was laid down which asserted that any and all data that might conceivably throw light on the actual existence of the creature was not to be given to the press or reporters for publicity without the permission of the government of Nepal. And I can understand that. I mean, because that was their, land. And we know how the reporters and stuff like to spin things, and they like to throw shade on people. And
Yep.
yeah. And Fisk had very much stated these regulations are to be observed. Now, we had a cup of coffee that discussed the Yeti. It's been quite a while, not horribly long ago, and where they keep saying that it was bears.
It wasn't no bear.
Well, I figure that I think we discussed then that you got these outsiders that they come in and that they decide to act like they know more than the people that have lived there for many, many years and generations before. And that arrogance, I know better than you do. And so I'm sure the villagers just looked at them and it's like, whatever.
So who are you again?
Yeah, really, it's like go the hell home. So, do I believe that there is a Yeti out there? Yeah,
yes.
I have no problem believing
Big
that. Yeah.
Big feet.
And it says, have you ever heard of the Minnesota Iceman?
No.
That was one that I wasn't familiar with either. Or I might have heard it in passing years ago. Frank Hansen was a man who gained deep notoriety when, in the 1960s, he maintained that he had acquired the deceased remains of an unusual creature, one that appeared to be part human and part ape. And no one knew exactly where Hansen had acquired the body of this beast. So that's not something that you just up and go, hey, I got this. And the initial story was that the well-preserved corpse was found floating in a block of ice in the oceans off of Siberia, and reported it was seen bobbing up and down in the freezing water by the crew of a boat in the area who wasted no time in hauling it aboard. Now that was one story. Second story links the body of the Iceman to Hong Kong rather than in the waters of Siberia. And that story maintains that the corpse was found in a Hong Kong deep freeze and secretly dispatched to the United States. Yet another theory says that the creature was shot by U.S. troops at the height of the Vietnam War. That one continues to circulate, and in that scenario, the body of the Iceman was secretly shipped/smuggled back to the United States in a body bag by U.S. troops.
Oh, sure.
Well, that could have been easily done because, they didn't check all the body bags. It's not like they had to go through customs on that.
Yeah.
All right, other theories circulated which was suspicions that the beast was actually killed in Minnesota by a hunter, or was a special effects based work by Howard Ball, who was employed by the Walt Disney Corporation. And regardless of the origin of the Minnesota Iceman, the word was that the body finally made its way to a still unknown figure in California, one with a sizable amount of money to allow them to purchase the potentially priceless remains. So I can't imagine if it was a special effects something.
Yeah.
Of course, some people's got more money than sense.
Exactly.
So maybe they did buy a pig and a pig.
They probably...
Now,
did.
Yeah, to his concern, Hansen learned that the FBI was checking him out. Now, this is in the 60s. Why? Because concerns of what Hansen had on display, possibly that it was not an ape or an unknown animal, but was a people of some kind.
A people of some kind.
Right. It's like, since the FBI's reasoning was simple, there were numerous laws governing the transportation as well as the importation and, the exhibiting of human corpses. Well, there are still numerous laws. Don't do that. That's not good. Yeah. And so the FBI wanted answers, and says that Sanderson felt that by having people in authority examine the body, he doesn't tell who the hell Sanderson is, so I don't know. I wish he hadn't done that. Examine the body would confirm it as being human, an unknown creature, or a money-making hoax. It says an examination was the very last thing that Hansen wanted. However, the FBI definitely took an interest, but as far as the amount of interest, we don't know. And apparently nobody ever figured out what the thing was.
Or they did, and they just didn't.
Well, that could be too.
Say it.
That very well could be too. And then
I highly doubt that they're going to be actually revealing that it was some sort of extraterrestrial bullshit.
Or it's just, Gigantopithecus. That has been my, postulation on it for a long time. Now, Blue would disagree with me. He thinks it's something else. He and I had quite a... if you never read the comments, read the comments there on YouTube, because sometimes we have quite extensive discussions. So BitChute peoples, it's okay for you to come on over to the YouTubes and read the comments.
Or y'all can comment.
Yeah, y'all can comment. We'll have interesting comments, as long as it's not some of the people on BitChute that are being ugly.
Be respectful. That's the only rule.
I don't understand. It's odd. It's very, very odd. I'm trying to get the Odyssey thing going, but it's very difficult to... I still don't know how Odyssey works as far as there's these little cube things. I don't know. I have to explain to you later. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing on Odyssey. That's not abnormal for me to not know what I'm doing.
Yeah, he who and Hilo are about to go at it again. They're about to throw paws.
Well, I hope that Hilo bops him a good one. Now, what about the U.S. government and dead bodies of Bigfoot or Big Feet?
Big feet. Big feet.
And it says on May 18th, 1980, there was a devastating natural disaster that created an entirely new landscape across the specific portion of Washington state, and that was the eruption of Mount St. Helens. And it was an amazing thing to watch. It was horrific. And especially this one older gentleman, they had told everybody to evacuate. Mm-hmm. And he was determined that he was not going to evacuate. And so as far as we know, he perished. But that was his choice. I mean, he was not going. Yeah, it was his home.
So I don't blame him.
Right. It says, but during the eruption, it does say that it killed 4 dozen people as well as thousands of animals. And within the domain of the cryptid ape investigations, there's long-standing rumors that the event also took the lives of more than a few Bigfoot, which makes sense because there have been a lot of Bigfoot sightings out there in Washington state. Mm-hmm. Any of those vast forest areas. And so, allegedly, the U.S. government and military sought to keep the bodies of these creatures under wraps. It says that several of the bodies, Bigfoot researchers have been told, were reportedly found along the 105-mile-long Cowlitz River in the Cascade Mountains. Military Chinook helicopters were said to have flown into the area and later exited with the corpses of several hairy, large ape-like creatures hanging from the powerful nets strung beneath the helicopters, and their destination remains unknown. In 2012, a story surfaced from a former National Guardsman who maintained that he was actually on site when at least some of the Bigfoot recoveries occurred under cover of extensive secrecy. He claimed that not all of the retrieved Bigfoot were dead. Some were burned and injured, and some critically so. And in one particularly outrageous claim, military had assistance from one or two unharmed Bigfeet that helped guide the personnel to the site where the injured Bigfeet were.
Oh my God.
So,
That is...
And
okay.
It says that there are many more rumors of this type. And, there are people that they think that it's not just a cryptid, but it is like an alien thing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I still think that it's some quite undiscovered, ape species.
Whatever it is, I want to see it.
Whatever it is, I would prefer to see it someplace
behind glass.
That in the backyard, right?
In the zoo.
Right. Well, now, I don't know that I would want...
I would not want one.
I'm weird about seeing animals in zoos and stuff like that.
Yeah, same.
But some of them, that if they weren't in the zoos, they would be dead because people are stupid.
Yeah.
But I'm all for leaving things in their own habitats.
Except for cats.
Well, it's not a matter
Homes
of
are
their
habitats.
Absolutely. We are their habitats. So I thought do I believe that the government knows a hell of a lot more about the cryptids and stuff, just like they do everything else? Well, yeah, they just trying to keep us in the dark about everything. And it still concerns me greatly that my mother, a year or so, probably about 2 years ago, heard one of the things.
It was a while back.
And it's like, no. Yes, she didn't have a clue. She's like, it was just really odd. We had never heard anything like it. And I'm like, oh, God, I know what that is. So, but that's
a Bigfoot call.
That's on a different part of, the mountain than we're on. It's a couple of miles across there. Where we are, I don't think that they would come because it's more populated. That was just like mountain, so it could have gone across the ridge and not gotten to where any homes were. So I don't want to hear it, don't want to think about it, don't want to know about it. So the government can keep those secrets.
No, I want to know if they got Bigfoot. I want to know if they got multiple big feet.
Like I said, I would like to think that this is a species that is smart enough to avoid humans and then just go through and live their lives.
Why do you think they've been avoiding us all this time?
Well, that's what I'm saying, that
they just wanted to live here.
But there's all kinds of animals that are around us that avoid us.
Mm-hmm. They just want to live.
Yeah.
They don't want to fuck with anyone or anything. They just want to be there. They just want to survive.
Right. I mean, that's just like most animals will not kill without provocation, and that includes hunger.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people just kill randomly. And I take it back, dogs. Dogs will do that.
Yeah, dogs will do that.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs
They'll kill
will do
just
that
to kill.
Fun.
Yeah. Not all dogs, but some dogs.
Chihuahuas.
Chihuahuas
are like hedgehogs. Not kidding. Chihuahuas are like hedgehogs. Their bodies and heads. Well, I don't know about Chihuahuas' heads. They got pretty big heads for their bodies, but still, they small. Their head is about the size of one hedgehog.
Yes, but the little hedgehogs, they blind themselves with their spikes, which is so sad.
They can. But,
how do you do that? It's like biting your own teeth. You know?
Have you actually bit your own teeth?
Yes.
It's a horrible thing.
How the hell did I screw that up?
And it's that horrible squeak. It's like, it's just as bad. Just as bad as a fork scratching across the plate or a knife.
No. Don't give people bad thoughts. They're trying to drink their coffee.
But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, Chihuahuas are like hedgehogs. They can only hold one emotion at a time, and usually it's anger.
Yes.
They can be little balls of joy around one person, and that's it. Towards everyone, it's
they hate
anger.
everybody else, and you're wanting one of those. I don't know.
Yes, because I know for a fact. Because I want the feisty.
Oh hell no!
The feistiness. Because I know it will attach itself to you.
No, that's another reason. No,
It will.
That's
will
not
attach
just a no. That's a hell
It
no.
will love you to death. Just like
I've got
like Snuffy Boy.
I've got the monkey boy cat. That's just I sit down and there he is like Velcro. So I've got one. I don't need another one.
Sometimes he even makes the Velcro noises.
Yes. And it's like, look, dude, I've got ADHD. Leave me alone. I'm not the person
But he doesn't get upset with you.
No.
When you get up, he gets upset with me.
That's okay because you still have to give him his medicine.
If I can find him.
Oh well, he came back in. So anyhow, enough of the vet talk for the day.
I was having fun with that.
It's okay. Well, you can talk more for the vet talk. But anyhow, if you've had experiences with paranormal, supernatural encounters, UFOs, aliens, cryptids, the big feet, that'll work too.
Big feet.
If you've got
Big feet.
experiences, if you've got local, regional, family, myths, legends. Yeah, I mean, seriously, as you can tell, that is one of kids' favorite subjects is as far as the Sasquatch.
Yeah, I like big feet.
Yeah,
I like Bigfoot.
Well,
he doesn't scare me. I want to see him.
Well, I understand
him
that. It
with
just
eyeballs.
somehow, Legend of Boggy Creek, it freaks me out horribly.
Well, the thing is, they're more afraid of you than we are of them.
In the Boggy Creek movie, they were not afraid. They were like big hairy arms going right through that cabin window, and it's like, oh hell no.
Well, guess what? That's not reality.
Well, no, it was based on a true story, for real. For real.
I don't know.
So I've got childhood trauma related to the Squatch.
I don't know about that one. I think they stretched the truth on that.
Well, I don't know. Anyhow, like I said, I do not.
Weird call, and that was it. So they couldn't report They couldn't report anything else, so they made it up.
It wasn't owls. We know it wasn't the damn owls.
God.
Everything be blamed on the owls. So anyhow, if you want to send us an email, that's cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. And you all have a beautiful, blessed day. Know that you're loved. And if you've got winter weather heading your way, keep an eye on the reports. Make sure you've got supplies, alternate heating source should the electric go out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So y'all just stay safe out there.
Yes. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that little notification button. Yeah, I did it that time.
Okay.
It's fine.
Bye.
Bye.